Hi guys, in this video I'll talk about how to get the cruel fighter easily with Barrage Artillerist in Akkan. In Akkan, I make the word quality. Akkan, normal, hard, basic is same in gate 1 and 2, but gate 3 is very different. So I will talk with normal case of gate 1 to 3 plus add the case of hard Akkan end of the video. Because build of hard Akkan and normal Akkan gate 3 is different, and why these informations are important is Barrage Artillerist is build character like Igniter or Surfist. So let's talk about the gate 1 first. This case I will not talk about the try case of master party. In here, in what is important in gate 1 is hidden inanna which give additional damage buff. So you should make super burst in this timing for cruel fighter. And catch, it is important. It makes wheelchair get off and make very big damage loss. So let's see the gate 1 case. In gate 1, use many ult as I can and use the ult at the hidden inanna one more. I always use the ult mid after the boss. I know it's the bad behavior for a Barrage Artillerist, but my build is like this because of hidden inanna timing. And if we don't use the ult at this timing, we can't use ult twice at gate 1. So one important thing in Barrage Artillerist in gate 1 is use ult right after meet the boss. And second things, in gate 1 gimmicks, the second gimmick is stagger gimmick, and we can fulfill the identity gauge in this timing. So in this gimmick, we can't give damage to the boss, so let's fulfill the identity gauge first. And it is also same at the third gimmick, which is stagger also. Fulfill the gauge at this timing. And first Adolphine timing is time attack pattern. So first tip in gate 1. Tip in gate 1. First, use ult right after mid boss. Second, fulfill identity as stagger pattern. 3. First Adolphine timing is time attack pattern because normally supporter give the buff at this timing. So I use the Adolphine. And we should make the 90 HP to skip this gimmick. If we can't make 90 HP, we should retry. And if you can, it is good with fulfill your identity in this timing. But because it is boss, I just use. If it is normal on late party, don't use one more wheelchair in this timing. Because after you go here, if you have identity, you can give more damage. And you can see that ult cool time is the 1 minute left, right after use it. And hidden inanna timing is 55th. Also, basic position. Your basic position will be like Demon Hunter. Because in gate 1, there is many head attack, position attack plus catch pattern. Always back plus near is safe. So, and sometimes if anyone don't catch to the boss, it hit the back, but because we have many push immunity, it is not big matter. And this next pattern, 72, it should kill the monster and go inside. It is the also good timing to fulfill the identity. Because this boss, I first go to there to kill the monster, but right after kill that monster, I start to fulfill identity with that boss. In this timing, boss don't get any damage, but can fulfill the identity. So because of this identity fulfilling, I can make the wheelchair timing right after this gimmick. But this boss give bad pattern in this video. And you can see 55th is next pattern hidden Nana and ult timing 3 seconds left. So it is very important to use the ult right after meet the boss at gate 1. And fulfill the wheelchair before the 55th. It is very important. And second ult and other fin timing is 55th hidden Nana timing. Okay. And both go. And for a cruel fighter, it is little bad, but when stagger time, you should prepare the damage time like summon ult or turret. And use second other fin in here. And ult. Next gimmick is 16, so it is good to don't use the next wheelchair for a clear because we already make the 16 HP. But for a cruel fighter, this HP is also the percent, so I just use the wheelchair. But in here, it is not good to use one more wheelchair for a clear. And for a cruel fighter, in this gimmick, you should destroy the shield of the boss. But in this pattern, it is very hard to fulfill the identity because it is very danger and monster is very weak, so can't fulfill identity easily. So don't use the wheelchair for destroying shield. But if it is try or you are focused on clear, then use the wheelchair. And last other fin timing is that last page. Because it has low HP and we will use the Cillian, use other fin and get the last damage percent of the boss. In normally, one wheelchair use, the boss will be died, but because this is boss case and driver is little weak, so it takes more time. So as a result, I take the main cruel fighter as I remember. Oh, yes. Okay, main cruel fighter. And so second ult plus other fin timing is hidden in Anna. Now 550 HP. Always fulfill identity when boss is go to a pattern. Gate 1 always can fulfill it. Last other fin will be last phase. Both become purple. And let's take gate 2 tip. In gate 2, there is many tactics of party by party. Some party use the Inanna. Some party will use Inanna. And some party will use hidden Cillian. In here, if your damage is very high party, it is very difficult to use the ult at good timing if you want to use twice. But if you want to, if you no matter with use twice with ult, you can only good with one ult, you can make the good timing of damage burst. But I recommend to use ult twice at gate 2. So like the gate 1, you will use the ult right after meet the boss. And don't use the wheelchair ult wheelchair combo and get gate 1 and 2 right after timing. It is impossible because of damage. Because this boss go next gimmick so fast. And at gate 2, there is no specific Adolfin timing to use good. So it go to the pattern, we can fulfill the identity in this timing, ult will help this. That's why summon ult at this timing. After this pattern, you can use one more wheelchair timing and both will go the pattern. In here, in gate 2 gimmick, we can't fulfill any identity. So before the boss go to immunity state, fulfill identity as you can do it. It is not important pattern. And at right after end of this pattern, the boss use the Medusa pattern like Biakis, so use the skills, not homing and air raid first, because we can use the homing and air raid with seeing the back of the Medusa. In this party we use the Inanna. In gate 2, in linear Adolfin timing, no good Adolfin timing that is choose. You will use yourself, but my recommend timing is with ult or at the leader stagger of the boss. In gate 2 there is leader stagger. And in this pattern, it is the good with the hidden master classes. It is very hard for back classes to give damage. So it is a good timing to give damage for a cruel fighter. But if your purpose is just clear, don't give the damage at this timing. It is hard to management that gauge. And it will go the lantern pattern, which can give the damage if you give good damage at that pattern. In this timing, we can't also fulfill the identity. Okay, it ends. So I use the Adolfin when boss groggy. And 85 is the hidden Cillian timing, but we use the Inanna, so there isn't hidden Inanna timing. Oh, this happened. And always this floor pattern, it is good for hit master classes to give damage, not back attack damage dealer. So give big damage at this timing for cruel fighter. And there is no additional T. As you can see, both HP 55 ult will become soon. So that's why I use the ult with right after meet the boss. And for a 0 HP pattern, we have 2 destruction, homing and gravity, and have a good counter with forward. So use flamethrower and air light for kill the monster, and homing and gravity for destruction. That is it. So first use ult right after meet the boss. Adolfin timing is not fixed, but good with leader stagger or ult timing. You should think of party will use Inanna or hidden Cillian. So this is the just end of the gate 2. There is no many tips for gate 2, and in gate 2, in Barrage Artillerist is not very good class. So tip gate 3, normal. In here, normal and hard is different in gate 3, so I will say different. So let's talk about the gate 3 normal case. There is the fixed build of mine, but I think mine is not always answer. This is the first gimmick of the Akkan, which protect the laser for the Akkan and Stagger. So this is the fourth timing of the ult and Adolfin in normal Akkan, not hard. Normal and hard is different. So we should make the Stagger, and before end of the Stagger, prepare to damage. Like this, summon ult, homing, air, and future Adolfin, and give W first because of grog plus damage. And 165 is next pattern, but sometimes it doesn't go right after, so give damage time. And okay, both go there, and in this pattern we can give 100% damage for sometimes before that line happened. And in this timing we can also fulfill the identity, so one party protect this line with hitting Akkan and one party go to that deliver line, but these people can't fulfill identity gauge, and because of silence can't give big damage right after Stagger. This is the second Adolfin timing, but if your party is so strong so Adolfin cooldown is not on, then don't use it at this time. And 150 is next pattern. In this pattern we need high Stagger, but so Nate farm is good for a clear, but we should use turret because we want cruel fighter. And if Akkan go to the mid, we can't fulfill identity leader and can't give damage, but because it is boss, I don't do that. Like this, we need high stagger. We should use all skills. That's why I don't do the mid damage and fulfill identity. It's boss. So right after skip this gimmick is also damage time, but I don't have any identity, and this damage time is not that long for a Barrage Artillerist, because after use this timing both get the reduced of damage. You can see it is not very big good damage time for Barrage Arty. And now Adolfin and ult timing, if you use the second Adolfin successfully at 165 HP pattern, then use the last Adolfin with the second ult. But if you fail to use second Adolfin at that time because of cooldown, use last Adolfin at the 30 HP pattern for go gaming fast. So there is no additional gimmick, and your damage position always back is good in Akkan. In this case we are so strong, so my second ult is come with the 30 HP pattern, so if it's the normal late run, I will use that. But because it's boss, we should make a drill cut because of Faye. So that's why I don't use the ult. So tip. First, HP stagger pattern is the timing of ult plus Adolfin. Second is HP pattern. Always go to right side. Don't deliver purple line. It can get cruel fighter easier. Plus second Adolfin time. But you sometimes can't use it because of cooldown. 3. For a clear, Napalm is good, but for a cruel, use Terrestrial. It's a 140 HP when both go mid. It is timing to fulfill identity for a while. After 150 HP gimmick success, if you have full identity, it's damage time. If not, just fulfill at that time. Not good damage time if you don't have identity already. And remain Adolphine use with ult. If you fail to use Adolphine at 160 HP pattern, use it at any timing at rear stagger or counter good pattern or less than 30 HP pattern. And you can see we can use hidden way at under the 15 HP. And in this pattern, we have a push immunity with future and energy field. It is good timing to give both damage for a Barrage Arty and kill that monsters. But because of burst, I don't use it. And if use way, cutscene appear and give some damage time for dealer. It is also give an effect to the MVP, so give damage at this timing. But for a calculation of auction, I don't give damage, but this timing also affect to the damage percent of MVP. After use hidden way, it also affect to MVP. So let's talk with the Heart Gate 3, which is added new pace. So let's talk about the Heart Akkan Gate 3, which is different with normal. So first damage time, this stagger pattern, it is same with normal. After the stagger, you will use the ult and Adolphine. But in Heart Gate 4, for a cruel fighter, damage percent in Gate 4, page 4 is very important. So it's the last Adolphine and ult in Heart before go to page 4. So in this pattern, you will not use the Adolphine in this timing, but this is my fourth to use Adolphine in this timing. You will not use the Adolphine in this timing if it is hard, but it is my mistake. Use Adolphine. And we make the 140. This boss will go the next pattern after this gimmick. And as I said you before, in normal case it is boss, just that's why I don't fulfill the identity at the mid and don't use the skill before that timing. But it's the just normal later, that's why I use all skill for the boss. And it is end. And as I said you before, after the 140 HP pattern, if you have full identity, then you can use the wheelchair. But in this case, I don't have the full identity, so I think it is better to not use the wheelchair, and after this reduction timing end, I will use this. So then when is the Heart Akkan's ult and Adolphine timing? It is at the page 4. So until 30 HP, it is same with normal. And because we have a way in this timing, let's show you the Barrage Artillerist good things at this timing. We should avoid that monster and avoid that later, but Barrage RT have a very many skills which can hit the many range. That's why Barrage RT is the good at this timing and have many push immunity. We can injure the laser with paralysis immunity, but Barrage RT have a push, so and wheelchair is good. And as I said in normal, this timing it give the effect to the damage percent at cruel fighter, but in hard there is a gate 4. That's why I don't use the wheelchair in this timing. Then when I use it, it become the we don't get damage right after meet the page 4, so I use the wheelchair at this timing for more damage like this. But I catch you for a grip. And in hard Akkan, always hands which is attached to the ground is safe. So Barrage RT is the ranged classes, so best thing is your position will be the mid of the two hand, and if Akkan lays his hand, go to the opposite side. So you should use the second arrow pin at this first destruction timing, but because I made a mistake at gate 3, so I not use the arrow pin at this timing. And later, you will use that ult at the second destruction timing. It's my mistake. So I will talk about the more specifically with the word after seeing this video. And because this pattern is bad for Barrage RT, but if you hit it by this wave at the end of the ground, you drawn to the water, but if you have a push immunity, you can't go to the water. That's why Barrage RT is good at this page 4. But because I can't keep the damage with that push, that's why I lays down wheelchair. Yes, this pattern is very bad for Barrage RT. We can't use wheelchair at this timing. Now this is safe. And next pattern, this 185 HP pattern, it is very good for Barrage RT because I said you before, if we had push immunity, it is just damage time. So I use the wheelchair, and what we should do is just avoid that yellow floor and boss's hand attack. That's why I use the wheelchair, but don't see that worm. That's why my damage time is gone at this game. And soon second destruction will be on. Okay. Oh, where is my other thing? This is the in the second destruction timing, it is the last other thing timing, but I think I use it for a mistake. So let's say page 3 and 4 in gate 3. Page 3. 1. Use ult Adolphine at 190 HP pattern. And after this pattern, don't use more ult and Adolphine. Other things are same before story HP pattern. As story HP pattern, after use hidden way, don't use wheelchair for page 4 mid damage right after mid. Don't get damage for a while. Page 4. Use second ult, second Adolphine at first destruction. Use second ult and Adolphine at second destruction. At 150 HP pattern wave. If you have lucky, Oh, lucky. We don't need yellow floor. Use wheelchair. Nearest as you can. Nearest boss. Super damage time for Barrage Art. Except hand attacks. Yellow floor. Barrage Arty don't drawn by yellow floor attack because of push immunity of energy field and wheelchair. So don't afraid. Basic position will be mid of hand, and if Akkan up his one hand, go to the opposite hand which is attached to ground and use wheelchair. If you are fixed party and know the destruction timing, it is very easy to get Pro Fighter. So in here, I did so many mistakes with Adolfin and ult it at gate page 4. So I didn't get the main Pro Fighter at this game. So thanks for watching and have a good game.